first time I drove on my own was on the day I passed my driving test on this very road. I went to pick up my brother Oliver from school. And I was so nervous when I was driving along. I was looking in my mirror all the time and checking everything, holding onto the steering wheel like it was a life support machine. And when I got there, Oliver wasn't at all happy to see me. In fact, he didn't talk to me all the way home because I could drive and he couldn't, and he was really miffed.
My brother Oliver and I used to have the most almighty rows about Mum's Metro because he decided that he needed to drive it all the time and I needed to drive it all the time, and Daddy got a bit fed up of it. And at the same time, a friend of mine was moving and needed to sell her car and get something more grown up. So my father bought him for me.
I am quite a home lover. I like being at home. I like being with my parents. I like being in my flat, but I prefer really to be at home. I think this sort of brought me out of myself a lot. It hasn't changed my personality at all, but it's changed my independence. I'm far more independent than I used to be. It's given me a new lease of life. I know very little about cars. I know that the engine's in the front, and I know that it's called a bonnet, but I don't have a clue how to get it up. And I know that you put your shopping in the back. And I don't know an awful lot else about them, really. And so, well, I never, oh! What was that? Dreamed to look. Do you think that was my car? I never dreamed to look at the petrol gauge, anyway. I know we're full now. I fill it up when I go home. Daddy fills it up. Daddy had a friend over staying from France, and he said, "Oh my goodness, what a pile of rubbish." And I said to him, "It isn't rubbish. I love it." And he said, "Quite frankly, I would rather walk than go in this pile of crap." So I said to him, "Well, the only thing that's wrong with the car is that it's French." About 3 months ago, I was driving back from Bedford one Sunday afternoon, and the car got slower and slower and slower, and it wouldn't go up any hills. And in the end, I ground to a halt in Toddington service station, called the AA, told them I was a woman on my own, told them exactly what was wrong with it. And they came out, and it turned out that I hadn't actually put any oil in the car, which is a bit of a problem, and the whole of the inside had scrunkled up. So Daddy had to know about this, obviously, because it cost £97 to get it mended, or £99 or something. And he wasn't that happy, as he'd already taught me to put oil in it. He just stood over the top of me, and every time I tried to make up a good excuse, he stood there and went, "Shh." Not a happy bunny.
I think Brian is a car which suits me completely. Sort of a bit scatty, funny looking. He's not grown up at all. And I'm not grown up at all. I'm not bothered about becoming a grown up. I don't think I could cope with the responsibility.
In 10 years' time, I imagine myself driving a great big Land Rover or Range Rover with oodles of children and dogs in the back. And I imagine that I hope that I'll be married to Chris. But at the moment, he can't commit himself to a night out, never mind marrying me. So we'll have to see. That's my house. That's where I live. Hello, Mummy.